Welcome to Who Made This Mess? Raising Children and Reparenting Ourselves. Here we discuss the joys and challenges of parenting while trying to develop our own self-awareness and self-compassion. Raising children can be messy and so hard, but we believe that as we learn to embrace our own messiness and imperfection, we can learn to show up for our kids and raise a gentler generation.
Hi, welcome back. I'm Angie.
And I'm Shauna.
And we are going to continue the discussion about birthdays and, more importantly, gift giving. We're going to continue our discussion there. So thanks for coming back.
This year in particular, I only got her like some little small things because I kind of saw like her party as her gift, right? Like that is the experience of the gift.
Yeah.
And she's a very social kid, so she loved her birthday party. So I think, and I have put on both of the invitations to her birthday parties no gifts, please, no gifts.
It's so hard as a giver.
Nobody listens.
I did not listen, you guys.
But she loves your gift that you got her, these little ballerina dolls. And she's really into ballet because she got to see Jasmine in the Nutcracker, right? And so she loves it. But yeah, it's like, for me, one, it's a month after Christmas that her birthday is. And so it's like we already have a lot of toys. And two, I don't want it to be focused on things. And I love a good experience gift.
Yeah, and that is like something that's trending, I think, now, is that families are trying to move over to the experience gifts rather than more things for the house, because us mothers, like, we are getting overwhelmed by all the things that we have in our house. We're a consumer world, and so it is tough to bring in all that stuff and just like kind of watch it then like take over your day-to-day joy, because it's just so much stuff to keep track of. And kids, I can't tell you the amount of times where even just after Christmas they each had like a box that I'm like, put everything that was yours in a box. You each have your box of like new things that you're. Yeah. And then it was a couple weeks later and it was like I didn't know what they were still playing with and what they weren't. And then also I had a really big, like, I think it was like a Sam's Club box, a couple of Sam's Club boxes, and they played with these boxes more than anything they had gotten for Christmas. And it was fine. Like, I love those moments, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, they're so simple. Like, I could go to Home Depot and pick up a few moving boxes, and that would make their day. Like,
yeah. I think it would be great to normalize like gifts based on what kids want, but also like your love language, right? And so like, you being able to give a gift is a way for you to express your care and your love. And that's wonderful. And I am so appreciative of the gifts that you've given me, the gifts you've given my daughter, the gifts that all of the, everyone has given to our family. But I also want to normalize like not focusing on the monetary value of a gift. Yeah. Right? Like, it could be a $5 gift and that can still be really meaningful and thoughtful, right? Because it's the love and the care that you're showing. Right. Like you talked about used gifts. Like, can we please normalize secondhand gifts? Yeah. Right? Yeah. Like, I love some good secondhand clothes for my kid or for me, right? Like secondhand goods for the house. Like, I just think we do overconsume in our culture, and we waste a lot in our culture. And so like I would love somebody to give Etta secondhand toys, right? But I think people feel bad doing that, right? And like,
I don't think I could ever. I like, honestly, right now, I think it's a great idea, but in my mind, I'm like, I don't think I could ever give someone else a second-hand gift. I did it for my own kids. For every year, including this year, there were things that I got that were secondhand, like, but yeah, I don't know. Like, there is that feeling of like, no, that's like not proper.
Yeah. And I wish we could just change that to like shift the culture a little bit to make that more acceptable, because, you know, it's still thoughtfulness. Like if you picked books out of your kids' books to give to Etta for her birthday, right? It still takes thought and care to do that, right? And like, I mean, to me, there's the extra like feel good of like, okay, we're saving these from the landfill. We're doing something that's good for the environment. Like, and like you have special memories, kind of like you gave at a dollhouse, right? Jasmine's dollhouse. And that has special memories for you and meaning. And like now we get to kind of build on that and share in that. And like, I love that.
And I love that for Jasmine, as like, that meant so much to her to be able to gift that to her too. And so it was just like a beautiful thing all around. So we were just loving that she loves it. And it was like a big moment. It was an emotional moment for us in our house, because my daughter was gifted for her last birthday a vanity that took place of where the dollhouse was. So that was like a big thing. But I just like those kind of moments. They're so special. I would love to go the experience gift route, even just from us to our kids. I would love to just continue making memories with them and doing things like that, rather than the items, you know. And
my best friend and I, we've made it a tradition since we were in our 20s. Our birthdays are only a few weeks apart, and so we try to plan an experience together. And our kids' birthdays are just one day apart, and so we've kind of said like, okay, let's just do experiences with them, right?
That's
like
great.
Instead of like, let's get big gifts, right? Like no, let's take a day to go to the children's museum. Like, and you know, she and I are going for a high tea.
Right?
And
that's fun.
And so like getting to have that time together, especially when you become an adult and like it's harder to make time to spend with your friends, like that I think can be really meaningful. My parents will get my daughter gymnastics classes or like tumbling classes or like, you know, those kinds of things as well. And I think that's been really great. And so I think we just need to like, sometimes it takes talking to folks in advance.
Right. Because you don't want to like stop them in their pursuit of gift giving, like, and say, you know, don't say it too late.
Right. And try not to do it in a way that takes away other people's joy. I guess that's like something I'm trying to learn too, is like accept the gifts that give people joy to give. And also let people know there are options besides just buying because you have to.
And I always like, I feel guilty, and I'm really not sure like where this comes from, but like if someone asks what would they like, and they say like, or is a gift card better? Like I do feel bad saying like a gift card's probably better, you know, because I think I in my mind I think I'm taking the joy from them of choosing something. But there is joy at, like, especially they're 9 and 10, so they are at the age where going shopping is fun, and that is part of the experience for them, is to go to a store and be able to like pick out things themselves. So I just have to become more comfortable if someone were to ask like, what's something they want. It's like, they really like shopping. And give them like, these are a couple stores they like, you know, stuff like that. But
my mom always says, nothing says Merry Christmas like cold hard cash. Right? And I think it's the same thing for birthdays. It's like there is that is a coveted gift,
Yes.
right?
You're right.
Just give someone money or something, a gift card to somewhere that's important to them. Sometimes money is like just easier to use than the gift card,
Yeah.
right? And so, yeah, let's open up the doors to like giving what you're comfortable with.
Yeah. And sometimes like they'll surprise you. They'll say, well, I want to go here to eat. They don't even want to shop. They want to go somewhere to eat somewhere and something like that. And well, one thing that I did want to mention was when it comes to birthdays and gifts, I know for myself, I've struggled with when's the right time to let something go that was a gift, because it's, I'm in this stage where I'm really trying to like declutter my house and get rid of things that are not useful to me right now. And it's really hard because I think that for myself, getting rid of something, for some reason, I've attached the thought of if I'm getting rid of it, then it doesn't mean anything to me anymore. And it's like, no, it doesn't have to be that way. Like, it does mean a lot that this person thought of you to give this item, but this item isn't helping serve my goal right now for my household. And I really have to talk myself through it. And then even when the kids were little, they got special gifts from family or friends, and I would really struggle with getting rid of things because I was thinking of how much was spent on it, or, oh, well, this was from this relative, so no, you're going to keep this, longer. And they were completely done with these toys and this item, and it's tough, to then get rid of them. And I still struggle with that going through my home, trying to get rid of things. There are so many things that I know I've held on to still because of the gifting reasons.
Yeah, I agree that it's hard. I noticed that for myself. I have not done a lot of decluttering yet for my daughter, and that's like constantly on my mind of like, I got to figure that out. Like, I need to make some space. But like, when I'm trying to get rid of clothes, if it's something that I'm like, oh, but my mom got this for me, I don't, she's going to be upset if I get rid of it, right? And sometimes, like, it's not serving me by being in my closet, especially if it doesn't fit me anymore, right? Like, it's probably just making me feel bad by looking at it in the closet. Yeah, and so I think allowing ourselves the freedom to pass on those gifts when they're no longer serving us. I think you said something about like the gift served its purpose in the giving.
Oh, right. Yeah. Once the item has been gifted to you, it's in one of my decluttering books. Once the item has been gifted to you, it has served its purpose, because the person had joy giving it to you. You had joy receiving it, and the purpose has been served. So then however long you keep that after doesn't take away from the purpose that it served at the time. Yeah.
That's a good mantra, a good thing to remember.
Why do I have in my brain that if someone comes over, they're going to look for the gift that they gave me?
Yeah.
That doesn't happen, or it shouldn't happen. If it does, shame on that person. But I don't know. Like, in my mind, I'm like, I have to have this here for when that person visits.
Yeah. And
why do we think like that?
Yeah, we need to start letting that go. I think the hard one is handmade gifts. Sometimes that can be really hard. We have a lot of crocheters in our extended family. And sometimes I'm like, I have a lot of blankets. I have a lot of blankets, but I can't get rid of something that they've spent so many hours on. So I still don't really know what to do with that.
That is a tough one.
Yeah. Family gifts, that kind of stuff can be hard. And so I guess like, one of my favorite decluttering experts has this, challenge where she says to take 20 minutes to get rid of anything guilt-free, right? No guilt. Like, and so just like getting rid of things and just not allowing guilt to enter into the equation of it. And it's kind of, I guess that would be kind of freeing. I don't know that I've quite figured that out yet, but I can see how it would be really freeing to be able to do that.
I think that one thing that I could do is like the boxes that are closed and I have no idea what's in it, don't look. I think I should just like not even look. If I don't know what's in it, it must not mean.
Yeah.
Because the things that really, I think that the things that really do really matter, I know that that's what's in there.
Yeah.
Or I know that I've labeled it because it does mean something. Like I'm not going to throw away like an important thing from our wedding or something
Right.
because I've marked the wedding box, you know, and
Yeah.
even some of those things like don't need to keep it. But
how many times have I
just
looked
an
at my
example.
wedding box, right? And like appreciated the things in my wedding box.
Yeah.
The decluttering expert I'm thinking of is Dawn from The Minimal Mom. And she calls, I think it's Dawn that calls it a quarantine box. So you like, if you have things you're unsure about, put them in a quarantine box and put them away and like have a date that you'll go back to that box. And
okay.
if you haven't looked at it, if you haven't touched it, don't eat it. Don't open it. Don't get into it. Just know, like, I can get rid of these things now.
I did that with my clothes.
Yeah.
This last time I went through my clothes, and it really helped because
Yeah.
in my mind I hadn't worn it or I didn't think I was going to wear it, so I put it away, but it wasn't like gone for good yet. So it helped me make the decision faster. And then once I saw the space I was being given, it was like, I don't need this stuff. You know? So yeah, it's
Yeah, I think I need to go do that with some toys. And I want to start doing more of like a toy rotation where I don't have all of the toys out because I think that's gonna I think it's gonna help her play a lot a lot more and focus a lot more too. And so I think
and utilize pictures too. Like I think that when it came to like birthdays, going back to birthdays, you know, you take a picture of them with a gift and then you have that memory of this gift, you know, especially if it is like a sentimental thing, like a blanket or you know, like the dollhouse. Like eventually you may not want the dollhouse anymore or we'll pass it on to someone else, but I have pictures of Jasmine playing with that dollhouse. I have pictures of it in her room, and it can help with like the letting go of some things that may be from family members and stuff. I think if you have the picture memory, then I don't have to have the item still here.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's a really good idea of ways that we can kind of capture that emotion without having to have the clutter in our homes. Yeah, I'm glad that we had some time to talk and reflect on these things. I just have to share really quick before we wrap up.
Yeah.
I was thinking about the gift that we have shared with our kids, right? So telling the little story of our Barbie cars.
Barbie cars.
So I think we mentioned way back when that Angela and I have really only had one fight in life. And we were probably, 4?
Yeah.
4?
Something like that.
Yeah. And we were at my house playing with Barbies, and I had 2 Barbie cars. One was a little bit nicer, newer, had 4 wheels. The other one was missing some wheels on the back and not great. And so we both wanted the nice Barbie car.
I did.
The only time we've ever fought. I don't even remember what happened. I think my mom had to get involved or something.
Yeah. You I remember. So I think we were in the living room where we had taken toys out, and basically you took the nice car from me and went to whatever other room and left me. And I probably made a big fuss to your mom.
Sorry.
I don't know, but but we definitely fought over it, and then you like won the fight and took the car away from me to another room. Yeah.
I was a little strong-willed.
Yeah. Yes.
So, yes, I
Yes,
apologize.
and
In
then-
case I haven't apologized, I'm so sorry.
That's okay. And then, you know, parents got involved, and I think you were made to give me the car back. And,
Probably.
and I don't think we played well like the rest of that time. I don't think we had forgiven each other, but but it's a memory that we have, and it's just been sweet though, because now at my daughter's first birthday party, you came and the gift you gave her was a Barbie car,
a brand new one with all four wheels,
Barbie car convertible, and it was just so sweet and just a moment for us then. And so then at your daughter's first birthday party, I got her a Barbie vehicle as well, and brand new,
so sweet, all four wheels still. Yeah. And so, and my daughter still has that car and plays with it, and it makes my heart so happy to have this memory of like this one thing. I think because the Barbie car really represents our friendship and how long we have been friends and persisted through challenges and life together. And so it's just such a sweet memory, right? And so I was just thinking of that as we were talking. I'm like, oh yeah, that was such a fun gift that represents so much to us. So so I guess we hope this helps you think about gifting and the ways that you celebrate with your family. We hope that you will continue to listen.
Yes, we would love to continue to hear from you. We thank you for all the feedback that we have gotten so far. You can find us on Instagram at Who Made This Mess Podcast. I can be found at Robinson right now.
I'm at the Nerdy Nurturer.
And as always, you can email us at whomadethismesspod@gmail.com. Thanks so much for listening.
Have a good day.